Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Morning Brews on Tottenham on Tour. On today's show even, Tottenham are getting a full rebuild. Borussia Dortmund reach the Champions League final, and Lloyd Kelly and Tosin are going to Newcastle. Tune in here. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Tottenham on Tour, your world-famous morning news, brews and clues show with myself, the Kauff, and the Roadman. And you can probably tell the caffeine hasn't hit yet because I'm making mistakes left, right, and centre. But David, how are you doing this morning, sir?
Yeah, I'm all right. Weather's starting to pick up. It's bright. It's bright in the morning, bright at night. So summer is upon us. So yeah, I'm doing well.
Good times are coming. Let's see who's in the chat this morning to take us through this wonderful show of Morning Brews. We got Tony Rodriguez. Good to see you, buddy. Mr. Sweden, YouTube member. Good to see you. Thank you to all the members that are in the house. We got Tweak 1978, YouTube member. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. We got Luke. Good morning. Good morning. Andrew Gregory saying morning, Ben and David. Hope all is well. Good to see you, Andrew Gregory, YouTube member. Borada. Good to see ya. MZ, good to see ya. We got Rich Man, YouTube member. Good to see ya. We have Fran. Good to see ya. Miss Morning All, YouTube member. We got Benjamin Foster saying good morning. We got Craig Sullivan, YouTube of the Guardians of the Pombo. Good to see you. Saying, I have to say the title of this episode has really triggered me. We are always in a rebuild. P.S. Guardians of the Pombo. Good to see you, mate. Kate Rickson, good to see you. And we've got Bill here. Good to see you, mate. Hopefully you're well, Bill. Good to see you. Let's talk about this rebuild then. According to Dan Kilpatrick, I can't remember what newspaper he's part of. I think it's the Daily Telegraph. I think it's something like that. Tottenham Hotspur are going to give Ange Postecoglou a full rebuild at the football club, which means those 25 players, a lot of them might not be there next year. A lot of them might not be there. This is possibly good news, David, or would you say what would you say about a full rebuild? And firstly, to see them actually going to give a manager a bit of time is a good thing. What's your thoughts on this whole rebuild?
Well, obviously, in your head, you want to be excited. You know, you really do. But for me, I'm so just worried about it because we've heard it all before.
Yeah.
I mean, last season, apparently, we heard noise of contracts being ripped up and things like this, and nothing ever happened. Nothing ever happens. So at the moment,
like Game of Thrones, the dragons are coming, and then they didn't.
Yeah, exactly. And for me,
the dragons did come. Everyone was bored.
Yeah, exactly. But when you look at it, right, we're talking about this rebuild and all that. But when you've got the players we have out on loan, what is the rebuild? Are these going to be the players we actually finally get rid of? The Ndombele, the Rodon, players like that. Like, they've been on the books for how long? And yet they haven't been wanted by managers since the end of Nuno?
Yeah.
So it's one of them. It's really frustrating to hear again about how there's a new rebuild. We're going to no players safe and all that.
Yeah.
But then who's going to want to buy these players?
Yeah.
Apparently we put a £20 million price tag on Emerson Royale.
You're not getting 20 million quid for him.
You're not getting 20 million for him. You'd be lucky to even get 10.
Yeah.
And, when we talk about this rebuild and all that, it's on the basis that we sell players.
Yeah.
But when no one wants to buy them players, you can't have the rebuild. So we're in that position there now of like, what is this rebuild going to be?
Yeah.
Oh, so you can have players, you can want players. That's all well and good. But if you have to buy, you got to sell to buy. Well, you need to sell players.
Yeah. Before I go on to, I'm going to say thank you to Craig O'Sullivan and Martin from the Guardians of the Pombo, the chairman of the board, as Mr. Brian likes to call him, has become a YouTube member. Please become member of Tottenham on Tour. It really helps the channel grow. It helps us get new equipment for the show. And it helps me buy, I don't know, sandwiches. I like sandwiches. Sandwiches are good. But yeah, in terms of this rebuild, how hard are they going to go? Because I've been arguing with people about style of play. One of the things, people have been going mad at me in every single YouTube chat because I had the balls to say, I do not like this style of football. When Antonio Conte was the manager and everyone screamed about how they hate the style of football, you were like a football oracle. But I come out and say, I do not like this style of football. I'm a heretic. I'm wrong. I don't understand total football. I don't know anything about football. I'm clueless. I don't know anything. I don't know this. I don't do that. I'm entitled. No, I just do not like the style of football. Style of football isn't good yet. The football style could be good next year, but currently, the style of football is crap. Frankly, it's not at all. And people, I'm going to bite. I'm going to say, yes, this manager is a total football style manager, which means you have to sell every single player at the football club, bar 2. Because if you go through 1 to... actually, no, that's a good... I'm going to give out the first 11 only, and I want to say yes or no to people. Can this player play total football the way football was made by the push and run side in the 50s and Ajax method? Vicario. Can Vicario play total football, David?
Yes, with time, though.
Italian-style goalkeeper, not the greatest with his feet. Can he play total football?
I think he could. Personally, I think Vicario could.
Okay. I don't think so. I don't think he's good enough with his feet, which is why we originally wanted David Raya, who is fantastic with his feet. That's what you need for a total football system. You're always on the front foot, moving the ball forward. Pedro Porro. Can Pedro Porro, who's only really got one... The thing with total football is you've got to be able to play 4 or 5 positions. That's what total football is. If you look at the Ajax method, one player has to be able to play 5 positions, which means they can seamlessly change position. Can Pedro Porro play total football?
No.
Romero. Can Romero play... You think Romero can play total football?
I think so. If you watch a couple of games he's played recently, he's gone from defence, he's gone into midfield, he's attacked. You know, I really believe he can. He's got that front foot, he's got that aggressiveness. He can pass, he can tackle, he can do a lot of things. So personally, I think Romero can. Yeah,
Mickey van der Ven definitely can.
Definitely can.
He's a Dutchman. He's quick. He's got good on the football. Absolutely can play total football. It's not even a conversation.
No.
Destiny Udogie.
Yes, I think he can.
Really?
He's still young, yeah. But if you watch the games he's played, he has been in multiple positions. He's made some great passes. He's good link-up plays, really good. I think he can. Again, he's only young, so he's still got a lot to learn. But I'm not saying that
3 or 4 positions to be able to play total football. Udogie's best position is on that left flank, screaming towards players with his pace and his monstrous strength. To have him as a central midfielder is not great. He's not quick when he gets the ball with back to goal because he doesn't receive the ball. He needs to be able to pivot and pass the ball and move. That is the whole thing about the push and run side in the 50s is the perfect example. Push, run, pass, run, running into space constantly. That's total football.
I think he does do that. I think with the right person next to him, I think we've seen that a lot of times where he's found really great positions in front of goal.
Yeah.
He's attacked very well at times. And look, he hasn't got loads of goals, but I mean, if you watch him and you watch the way he attacks, he is in that type of system you're talking about, that total football. Albeit he's one dimension down that left flank, but it kind of can work. It's like say a Mahrez. Mahrez stayed on the right mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he still worked.
Mahrez could totally play total football. He's fantastic, that guy.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. With Udogie, he's that kind of left-back version of that because when you get the right player with him, the link-up play, the movements really well. It's just, he's young.
Yeah. We're going to go through the rest of the team. Basuma, can he play total football?
No.
James Maddison, can James Maddison play total football? No. Can Pape Sarr? I love Pape Sarr, but can he play total football? No.
No, not really. No.
Brennan Johnson, can he play total football? Sonny, can Sonny play total football? No.
Not really. No.
And Timo Werner.
No.
Richarlison.
No.
Radu Kravichin, can he play title football coming from
No, I don't think he could, no.
So we're going to have, we're going to have to replace the entire squad bar 5. Are we going to do that in 5? Can we do that in 4 seasons?
No. You don't know, but the thing is, what I will attest to that and challenge it a little is some of the players you mentioned are young. They've still got a lot to learn, right? You're looking at Pape Matar. He is still classed as a youth player. He's very young. He's still very young. So I think with him, he's a manager listener, you know? Yeah. He can listen to the manager. He can do what the manager says. And I think Pape Sarr has traits that could fill what you're asking for in that
I think he plays a number 6 in a total football system. He doesn't. He's not quick enough on the ball to play total football. You've got to bang pass. You've got to be able to. If you look at the Ajax academy, like me and Kuva talk about this all the time, because when people say I do not understand total football, Kuva and I have been umming and ahhing about wanting the Ajax system of Tottenham, of every single player being able to play 5-6 positions. Like one of the players that Kuva and I used to talk about, Divine Wrench, is one of those players. He can play right back, he can play centre back, he can play striker, he can play right winger, he can play centre midfield. That's total football. You can play multiple positions. So if you ever have an injury crisis, your players can fit in any position.
Yeah.
That's total football.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and I get that.
There's another one. He cannot play total football.
No.
He plays as a number 6 in Italian-style system, which is the deep-lying playmaker of being the metronome, the Pirlo role, the register, as I like to call it. That's what Bentancur is good at. He can't do that.
No, but the thing is, can you see us? But can you see us doing that? We're not going to replace the first 11. Majority of them have only just signed. Yeah. This talk about this rebuild and how there's loads of players going to go. I'll tell you the players now who are going to be up for sale, right? And this is what it's going to be. The Celso will be one.
Yep. See, he could play total football because he's mobile. Mobile players can play total football because he's good with both feet and he can move and he moves between the lines. He could actually play this system, which is bizarre that he's not actually. He's obviously not playing because he doesn't like him as a person. He doesn't like him in the group. That's the reason he's not playing.
Yeah. That's it. But, you know, the players that are going to go, like I said, Lo Celso, Højbjerg we already know is going to go. Yeah. Ben Davies a bit of sale. Emerson Royale a bit of sale. Richarlison if offers come in. Bissouma if offers come in. And then you're looking at the loan deals. They'll add them to this, right? Bear in mind, these loans have never been wanted by Conte. They haven't been wanted by Ange and Ndombele, right? You want to talk about a waste of money. I see a lot of people kick off at Brennan being a waste of money, right? Yeah. If you look at Ndombele, he was one of our most expensive players, right? We're now asking 5 million for him and teams are refusing.
Yeah.
Right? Davinson Sanchez.
His wages.
Yeah. Davinson Sanchez, right? For me, I think Davinson Sanchez would actually do well in this system. If he's got the pace, he's great in the air.
If he was coached properly, he could do the system because he's quick. He was semi-decent on the ball. He's actually played this system because he came from the Ajax academy, and every single player can play 5-6 positions. That's so he could do it. He just needs,
and he's good in the air,
and he's
But then it'll be Rodon. There's another one. You know what I mean?
A tall beanpole.
Yeah, but there's another player we're going to be looked to sell.
Yeah.
And then probably Brian Hill, right?
Yeah.
That's
Brian Hill could possibly play this position.
He's too weak.
He's too weak.
A wet lettuce, mate. Honestly, he is a breadstick in a gale storm.
He makes me look obese.
Yeah,
that's how weak Brian Hill is.
He's had plenty of time to understand that he needs to bulk up, unless it's a metabolic thing where he just physically cannot bulk up because you have people like that.
At house.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's exactly. But these are the players that are going to be added to this, mate, and it's not going to be a rebuild that people think, right? Our starting 11 is clearly not good enough. We've seen that for the first time in how many years? 20-odd years. We've lost 4 games in a row. And it's not like we lost them
5 games in a row tomorrow night.
Probably, but it's not like it was unlucky games. By the Arsenal one, I'll say that you can actually say we got a bit robbed because of the ref.
Yeah.
But overall, we've played absolutely dreadful football. This fallacy of we've got the best keeper, we've got the best defence, we've got the best this.
It's completely out the window.
I've seen a team who don't want a manager play better football than us, who apparently want the manager.
Yeah.
So it's like there's something going on behind the scenes. So unless they've all been told, and that's including the recent players who are coming in, basically everyone's up for the chop.
Yeah. No one understands what they've got to do. No one understands.
Yeah, and it's okay giving a manager, right? And I'll probably get a bit of hate for this, mate. It's okay giving a manager a squad, right, to play a system. Yeah. But unless a manager can adjust that system, at the time he needs to adjust it.
FIS, isn't it, David? Adaptability, improvise, adapt, survive. You've got to adapt.
Yeah.
Because I've managed people. People say, but you've never managed a football team. So what do you know, Kauff? I've managed people. When you work in a team of 5 baristas and not a single one of them speaks English, you have to learn how to manage them. So you say, you go here, you go there, you go here, you go here, I go here. When you're on break, I go here and here. When he's on break, you go there. When she's on break, I go here, you go here. When I'm on break, we're screwed. Yeah. You have to manage people. You manage and you adapt to the team you've got. That's what you've got to do.
Yeah, but it's not just that. It's like sorry to cut in, but it's not just that. It's like if you're a barista, right? And that's what you train for.
Yeah.
That's what's in your DNA type of thing, is that. And you go ask to become a chef, you're going to be a bit of a shit chef. I mean, you can cook, you can make beans on toast, you can make things like that, but you're not going to be able to make great food. And that's the same as what Ange's doing with the likes of Brennan and that. Why is he putting Brennan on the left? Without a striker in front of goal, putting Sonny as a 9, and then putting Kula on just to accommodate them. No, if they're playing bad, don't accommodate them, bench them, put them on the bench, because the second we switched up against Liverpool, albeit Liverpool already knew they won the game. So they sat back and made it a little easier.
They were not even in first gear. They were coasting. They were in neutral going down the hill.
Yeah, but the football we played when he readjusted the system and he put Sonny on the left, he put Richarlison up front and he put Brennan on the right. Yeah, players in their positions, we looked better. The football was more fluid. The passing was more correct. We found channels to run through. And that's an issue there. If you're not going to change the system up, at times it needs to be changing, right? And that's not just when we're losing. This is before a game. Train for multiple systems. So if you need to go to a 3 against team, you go to a 3. If you need to have 2 strikers up front, you work on it. If we would go to a 3 now, we'd get battered by Sheffield United. Because we're not training for that system. It just wouldn't be right. And it's like, that's what I think I want to see Ange in pre-season, is attempting new systems, new styles of play. Keep your style.
I've been doing the drive-in theory test because I want to pass my theory test finally after a million years. And one of the questions is, why should you plan 2 routes before you set off? Just in case one of the routes is blocked, you change your route.
Exactly.
You plan in life. You plan for eventualities.
Yeah.
But we're going to move on to the Dortmund game. I know you didn't watch it, David, but Borussia Dortmund have reached the final of the Champions League. Dortmund are how I want to play football. I loved watching Dortmund yesterday. I was like, I loved football last night, watching Dortmund play football. They were great on the ball. They were defensively solid. They were brilliant at defending the wave after wave of set pieces. And they played brilliant football. 1 touch, 2 touch, bang, Dortmund are through on goal. That's what I love to watch. And hopefully it'll be the battle of we've not won any trophies. It'll be Marco Reus versus Harry Kane. Who hasn't won a trophy? That's the final boss of who hasn't won a trophy. But what's your thoughts on the Dortmund game and Dortmund going to the Champions League final over Paris Saint-Germain?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's great for them as a club. You know, Borussia Dortmund are a massive club. They create incredible talent. I mean, you look, Bellingham's come from there, Haaland's come from there, many other players have come from there. And if it was for Bayern to go through, I think that's going to be a hell of a game. It'll be a hell of a final. It really would. Will Harry Kane turn up for it? Probably. I think at the moment, when it comes to Tottenham, I think he never turned up in finals. And this whole thing about him not turning up in finals, it wasn't just him, though. We had so many players who were just not there.
Yeah.
When it came to the final, they let the pressure get to them and they just didn't perform. He's going to have the likes of Sane, who in a final, he's going to turn up.
Yeah.
You got, what's his name? Is it Wirtz? Is it Wirtz? Is it? Or Witzel or something like that?
Witzel, he plays for Dortmund, doesn't he?
No. What is it? Wirtz? What's his name? Begins with W. Little player in mid. I think he plays midfield for Bayern.
I can't remember.
Cracking player. I can't think of his name.
I can't remember my own name half the time.
I know, yeah. Anyway, he's a cracking player, and I think these are the type of players.
What you're saying is they've got players like Kimmich that have turned up in finals.
Yeah, exactly. They don't feel the pressure.
They've got proper players.
Yeah, they're not going to feel the pressure, and I think Harry Kane will feed off them because players do need others to feed off. That's why we're so rubbish at the moment. We have players that we don't feed off each other. You know, you'll have Romero running like mad. Everyone else is standing around going, "Okay, let him do his thing," instead of going, "You know what? He's doing it. Let's us do it." Whereas I think Bayern, with the players they got, if they've got Sané running defenders, they're going to have other players running defenders. You look at it against Real Madrid, he absolutely annihilated them.
Yeah.
And everyone fed off that. You know, so it's going to be a big game for them to pass Real Madrid.
It suits Bayern Munich tonight, doesn't it? Away from home, counter-attacking football, it suits them.
Yeah, they just need to be frustrating for Real Madrid. That's what they need to do. Just be frustrating. And
do what Real Madrid did to Manchester City. It's what they've got to do.
Yeah, just be annoying, be frustrating. Don't give them an easy game. If they give Real Madrid an easy game, I think Real Madrid will go through. Yeah.
That Real Madrid team is fantastic. They are so good. Again, players like Jude Bellingham, that was a dream. If I could have any player in the world in my football team, it would be Jude Bellingham. I love watching this guy play football. I love the way he speaks. This guy is England captain. In 3-4 years, I think Rice will get it first, but I then think Bellingham will be captain of England. The way he speaks, the way he's been raised, you can see, I get you. You are a good human being. I can see it. The way he always brings it on. He's got this aura about him, like an old school maverick of a footballer, and he's going to be like one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. I think he's quality talent. He has the right attitude as well, like you're saying, but he's also got that bit of that nasty side to him.
Yeah,
you know, that bit of
he's got a bit of cockiness. When Harry Kane was out to take the cut, he went, woo!
Yeah, that's it. He's got that about him. You need that in a player. You need that bit of cockiness in a player. And, you know, when you've got the talent he has and you're cocky at the same time, I mean, it's a great combination, isn't it? Yeah. Real Madrid have still got plenty of young players. You know, they're not exactly like the old Real Madrid, you know what I mean, where they had all the players. They're still adapting, they're still learning. But it's going to be a tough game all round. I think it's going to be a cracker of a game.
Yeah.
Harry Kane will score
one
tonight.
To watch tonight. It's one.
Yeah, Harry Kane will score tonight.
Yeah.
But can you see it? Harry Kane and Eric Dyer in the final, mate. Imagine if they both lift that cup.
It'd be hilarious.
The banter we get, mate, if Eric Dyer lifts that trophy. Kane's different. Kane deserves a trophy. Do you know what I mean?
Everyone will feel really good for Harry Kane because they know of the adversity he's had playing in a club that doesn't want to win anything, And it will prove it. It will prove that the club was the one laying him down rather than him letting down the club. Because a lot of Tottenham fans said in the summer, "Oh, we're out of Kane's shadow now. We can step into it. You can be back to Tottenham. We're no longer a one-man team." No, the reason we were a one-man team is because we were crap and we didn't build around Harry Kane and give him players to feed off of. Like you said, to feed off of. It'll be hilarious if Eric Dyer wins the Champions League. It'll be hilarious.
Mate, the banter we're going to get is going to be on another level, like.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we're in a new age for our club, and the only thing we all hope as fans is Levy's going to actually do the money to back Ange. If we end up in Europe, which I think we need, 4 points to guarantee his European football. I don't care if it's the Conference League, right? People bantered West Ham for the Conference League, yeah, right? Because it's not a real trophy. It's the Intertoto, blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry. Did you see their fans?
Yeah.
You see how happy their fans are?
Yeah.
I watched us win the Carling Cup, right? Yeah, against Chelsea.
Yeah.
That was one of the greatest feelings I've felt.
It's the only good feeling I've had in my life.
I haven't felt it since, mate. I haven't felt it since. So if we were in the Conference League, we went and won it, you're damn right I would be shameless, mate.
Delighted if we won the Conference League.
Yeah. I'd be shameless. I'd be shameless, mate. I'd be going after everyone.
Yeah.
Right? We need European football right now. We really do. I know fans say, "Oh, we don't because of Ange." The problem is, if we do this rebuild like we're supposed to,
we're going to need more games to draw this system in.
We need more games, but we also need to give other players. I'm sorry, Dragusin's treatment by Ange,
unacceptable.
For me,
unacceptable.
Yeah, it's unacceptable. And we can
every game 90 minutes at Genoa. Every game 90 minutes, being one of their best players, and he was going to go to Bayern Munich.
We were in the final. Who could get to the final?
Yeah, he could have been in the final with Bayern Munich by now, and it's his honesty has cost him a chance at the Champions League final.
Yeah, that's the issue because he's not even developing. He's basically right. Like I said on Twitter about Mikey Moore, right? Yeah, he's just coming on experience days.
Yeah.
When you're conceding goals the way we're conceding, and you've got a player who's renowned for heading balls out of his own box, and he's not getting played, either Ange doesn't like his attitude, they've had a little bit of a disagreement, or he really is completely crap in training. But I can't see that.
Why did
he trains like that?
Ange was the one that got Dragusin over the line. He was the one calling him, "You're going to be part of my system," and he's not played him. Maybe he's going to need another season. I've got this comment here from Spurs Rules saying, "Why do we want to act like Dortmund?" Here's the reason I want to act like Dortmund. They've got one of the best training centres in the world. I don't know if you can find a video of Dortmund's training centre. It's like this big cube, and there's like squares all over it, and they light up, and that's where you put the ball. The ball comes out, you pass it in that goal. They are fantastic. Every single player, that is the reason Dortmund could win a Champions League. They could win a Champions League. They are in prime position to win a Champions League against a Real Madrid team in transition for the most part, because Ancelotti will be gone at the end of next season. They've got new players in it, and Bayern Munich are misfiring, and Dortmund have beaten Bayern Munich, I think they've beaten them once at least this season. That's why I want to act, because we don't spend the money. So why would we act like Real Madrid if we don't act like Real Madrid? We act like Tottenham, which is bring young players into the system, train them properly, and sell them on. We're never going to act like Real Madrid. It's not the history of Tottenham, or as Chiellini says, it's the history of the Tottenham. We need to be smart. Dortmund are one of the smartest clubs in the world, and this is how we act. This is how we act. So we've got to keep on doing this until it gets to, but then we create the superstars from our academy. This is the only way we're going to succeed. We're not going to buy the top players. So it's a good question. I'd love to act like Real Madrid, Spurs Rule. I'd love to act like them. We're never going to act like them. Never under this ownership. We're never going to do it. We got Dragon D's nuts. Good to see you, mate. Hopefully all well. We actually have to get to the final part of the show. Lloyd Kelly and Tosin Adarabioyo are going to Newcastle, David. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, this is why I was talking about the Dragusin part, yeah? If you're watching Dragusin, right, and he's not getting game time, and you're watching a team ship goals and the manager's not using players like that, why, as a free player, are you going to look at Tottenham and go, you know what? Yeah, I'll go there. I'll go sit on the bench and not play football.
Yeah.
Because we've been linked with both of these. These last summer and all the way building up to this summer, that's all we've heard news of, yeah? Is Tottenham are getting Tosin and Kelly, right? We're going to try and sign them, blah, 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 blah. Now it looks like both are going to Newcastle. Now, if you look at Newcastle, they are struggling at the moment with injuries, things like that, yeah? And these were apparently our targets. We've seen it in every list, every single list.
Yeah.
Tosin. Lloyd Kelly in a couple, but not as much as Tosin, right?
Yeah.
Now you're looking at this list, and then them names being put there. Now all of a sudden, it's like, no, they're not coming. They want to go to Newcastle, who are struggling. They probably won't even get Europe next season.
They're actually going to get game time at Newcastle.
Exactly, and that's a worry. That is a big worry because apparently we said to Dragusin, right, that we're going to have he's going to get game time. Lucas Bergvall, the reason he come and that this was what all these are put out, all these news people and all this who apparently everyone listens to and everyone, you know what I mean, swears by them, said that Lucas Bergvall is guaranteed game time next season.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not even seeing players when we're 4-0 down, the likes of Mikey Moore making a debut. Throw the kid on. Let him experience debut. So what if we're losing? You can't throw him on. You can't keep him there until the game we're winning. What's he going to do against Burnley? We're winning 2-1. It's the 91st minute out of 93, and he goes and puts him on for his debut. Why? To experience a winning game. Like, you know, it's he should have put him against Liverpool. Yeah. Bang him on. Let him get a debut.
Love Dorrington as
that's a worry I've got about Ange is we've lost in certain positions.
Seems to be picking his favourites at the moment. I understand it. He's got his favourites. Every manager has his favourites in any walk of life. We've wasted Dragusin's season. We've wasted his season. We could have bought him and loaned him back, and then brought him in the summer. We've wasted his season. It's another season because he's. I don't know how old Dragusin is. He's on the younger side. He needs football to be able to get his style in there. He needs football.
Yeah, but this is a player I could see as loaning out or something like that. You know, just to get game time. Which again, complete waste. I'm sorry, Valise going to Seville. What a waste.
Yeah, he should be going to a championship side. He should be going to a championship side.
Yeah. Exactly. When you watch him, right, in that game where he got injured, right? Yes, it was immature of him and it was stupid for him to carry on. He should have hit the ground. But he generally had a desire to fight for this team.
Yeah.
We've got players like Sonny who've been here years who haven't even got desire to fight for us at the moment. We've got Madison who hypes himself up and gives all, I love this club and it was meant to be and all this. Yet he's not fighting for us. When you watch a kid trying to fight for us, it's because they are kids, right? They want to prove themselves. Give them a chance.
I'm going to bite on this troll because it's content and it's always fun. You haven't listened to me, Lenny Mac. You've not listened to me. The reason Dortmund are good is because they've trained their team properly from the time they're 5 to the time they're all training and they all know their positions. That Dortmund are closer to total football than we will ever be under this manager. I know you're doing it just to poke holes. I know you're probably a troll, but it's why you just need to listen. It's nope, you're a troll. It's not a sense of humour. Good to say. Trust me, at youth level, you can learn that. It made me, as a kid growing up, wanting to train harder. If we lost a game, I would go home up the park after a match and train. I could, absolutely. Desire.
But that's what apparently. Go on, sorry.
Yeah, go on, David.
Yeah, I was going to say, but that's what apparently Dragusin's doing. Yeah, we hear from his agent, right? Yeah, all the time. We've already heard from his agent. He's saying he's not happy with game time and all that, right? He turned down Bayern Munich.
Yep.
Right? Who, when you have a player who turns down Bayern Munich, you've got a desire in a player that wants to play football. So I'm sorry, if the defense is not working. Don't be afraid to drop a Romero. Don't be afraid to change it up and put him as a back 3. Don't be afraid to do something, yeah? Right? when you look that we lost to Dogie and Ben Davis on that left side, yeah, right? Van der Ven could have fit that role perfectly.
Yeah.
He's got the pace, he's got the strength, and he can pass a ball, right? And he can get up and down that wing all game long.
Yeah.
He could jog up and down that wing and still beat a lot of wingers in pace.
Yeah.
Dragusin was played on the left when both Romero and Van der Ven were out as a left centre-back. He didn't do too bad. He went perfect, but he didn't do too bad.
I love watching Dragusin play. He was old school. Go forward, he strided forward. I like it.
He gave me a bit of a Alderweireld vibe on that left side. Do you know what I mean? I'm not comparing, by the way.
Have the passing range of Ronaldo.
No, but doesn't have a passing range. But the way he wanted to push forward, the way he weren't afraid to go through midfield and give players a chance to open up a bit more.
Yeah.
If you watch other teams, right, you look at Newcastle with Eddie Howe, right? They lost a lot of players. Yeah, they had a makeshift defence up, right? What did he do? He changed it up and it worked. He destroyed us, right? You look at United, right? They lost the majority of the defenders, yeah? They're using Cassie as a centre-back, yeah? That's where that shows you Ten Hag hasn't got a clue. Cassie's got no pace whatsoever. He's well old, right? And they got destroyed by Palace because of it.
Absolutely annihilated.
Annihilated.
Actually, I didn't get a chance. Sod it. We'll go for 4 more minutes.
Why not?
Elise and Eze. 250 million on the table for them. Give them. I want both those boys at my club.
It wouldn't even cost that. You know,
when you've got a couple of change for a Diet Coke.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. But you know, when you got players like, say, like Brian Hill, you're looking at other players. Say if we wanted to get rid of Skippy or something like that, yeah, right. You could throw them to Palace. I think Palace would love it, Skippy or someone like that. Do you know what I mean?
I think Skip would be a really good player for a team that's gone down next year. I think Skippy would be a really decent player for someone that wants to come up. He's a really decent championship level player and low league Premier League side. I thought he could actually do a job at Leicester, but Leicester have got good players in that position.
Winks did a hell of a job.
Yeah, Winks did a great job. Ipswich, he'd be a good player for an Ipswich. A bit of Premier League experience, got a bit of tenacity about him, decent on the ball. He's just not good enough for the top level.
No. And for me, if we were to drop money on Eze and Elise, right, I think if you went in, dropped 100 mil on the table, right? Now, bear in mind, these are very injury-prone players. But the reason I say they're injury-prone, is because when they're played and they're fit, they consistently play.
Yeah.
Right? Crystal Palace, they're the 2 best players in Crystal Palace, right? But another player I take from Palace is that Adam Wharton.
Yeah. Good player. They've got some great players at Palace.
Great players, mate.
Here's another manager. They've brought in Glasner, who's a fantastic manager for them.
Yeah.
Glasner's a great manager.
Great manager, yeah. And, you know, if you want players to fit Ange's system, Eze will. Will. He'll fit that. Elise on that wing there, right?
Eze will boot James Maddison out of the team at this moment in time.
Yeah. But if you look at the way we play, right? Can you imagine this, right? We buy another left winger, say a Nico Williams or something, right?
Nico Williams is a good player. Sounds well. He's Spanish.
So you have on the left Nico Williams as Sonny, right? Just let me put this into perspective. Yeah. Then we buy another striker. We don't get rid of Richarlison because we'll be left with, again, just one striker. Keep Richarlison, bring in another striker, and you get Elise for that right. The rotational value you have from just that would win you games also. Can you imagine Elise running at players for 60 minutes?
Yeah.
And then you go bring on Johnson. Yeah. Who has a completely different dynamic. Elise can invert. That's the one thing Elise is great at. He has the ability to invert.
He's good with both feet.
Good with both feet. Then you bring on a Brennan at a 60th minute or something who likes to go outside and go out wide.
Yeah.
You've got value of
adaptability.
Adaptability. You've got value of adaptability there, and these are the things we need to look at. Our front three need changing, right? I was sticking up for Brennan so much, right? I'm not anymore. I always give a season, right? Next season, right? But I'm on his back already. But the only reason I was on his back is because Ange played him out on the left. He can't play on the left. It's his weakest position.
Yeah.
The second he got put on the right, what did he do? He went in and assisted.
He looked semi-decent.
Yeah, but he needs to build up now. Brennan needs to build up. Sonny needs to sort his form out. But we need the rotational value to push these players out if they're not on form.
You've got to sign Eze and Elise. Those are the two players. We've got to sign those two, a striker and a number 6. Those are my 4 players for the window. Perfect. Perfect window for Ange. Perfect window for the summer. Get to January, then reassess things. Of course, we can then sell players and then buy players in with the money that we fund. But most importantly, we need that 4 quartet of players. We need a top quality winger, a top quality attacking midfielder to give James Maddison something to think about. A number 6 who's going to be the guy to shield the back 4, because we hell of a not don't have a shield for the back 4, and a striker to compete with Richarlison. That's what we need.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, even if what for me, right? You go buy another striker, a proper out and out number 9, right? Then you keep Valise for the season. Let him play the odd 10, 20 minutes. Give the strikers a rest. We've got no one to give anyone a rest. Udogie played consistently, Pape Sarr having to play with back injuries. Other players playing with injuries. Players playing out of position. Sonny is bad because he's been playing as a 9. He is not a striker. He is a winger. You know what I mean? I'm sick of this. There's a person on Twitter who constantly puts around, you know what I mean? Oh, look at Sonny as a 9. Look at Richarlison, blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry. Sonny against actual defenders who know how to defend against a 9 own Sonny because he's out of position. Play Sonny on the left. Look against Liverpool. Complete ghost throughout the whole game. Puts on the left. What happens? He gets a goal.
Yeah,
because he can filter into the box.
He that always scores at Anfield as well. You got to play him in his best position.
Yeah, exactly. And we need to fill the positions we don't have with quality good enough to push the players out of the first team. If Van der Ven is the best left centre back we got, go buy someone who's better. Then you have challenge. You have a fight between 2. So 2 players are going to be on form. If you go buy a player lesser than Van der Ven, you're going to have players sitting there going, well, I'm never going to get in the team, am I?
Yeah.
I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
They'll try. They'll try, but they'll still never be good enough.
I would call him a left forward rather than a winger. A left forward. I know that's me being very... What's it called?
Picky.
Picky, but he's a left forward. Good to see a flower, pal. You might have to watch this back, buddy, because it is time for us to end the show, unfortunately. We've gone overrun again. But thank you, David, for another show. It's always a good chat with you. Always a good
it's great. It's great. I love all the comments. Do you know what I mean? It's great to see everyone in so early in the morning. It's fine. We get them. But it's nice to see everyone in the morning. You know, we appreciate you all. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already. Become a member if you haven't already. We want to grow this channel. This is all we can do. We've got a lot more content coming out. As soon as the transfer window is open, you will see this lovely bearded fat Welshman talking transfers. And hopefully, I'm busy as hell. And hopefully, we're seeing a proper rebuild. I'm hoping I'm doing videos consistently because we've got that many players coming in and coming out and stuff. So, we appreciate you all. Thank you so much.
To be honest. Just an interesting window. Interesting window. And of course, a gentle reminder to please subscribe to the coffee company. It really helps us out. It's Tottenham on Tour's second channel. It's our mental health space where we all go, have a good chat, have a couple of coffees, just talk about good stuff. So get over there. Let's get the coffee company closer to 700 subscribers. It would be really cool if you can do that. But thank you all so much for watching today's show. We will see you tomorrow. And as always, if you smell what the Kauff is brewing, thank you so much for watching. Ciao for now.